Hi and welcome to Iconic Brands. The topic of today's video: why can't I get a Raleigh Chopper Mk4? Practically all over the world saying, why can't I have one? What's going on with rally bikes? Well, today's video is about the reasons why you may not be able to get one. Not brand new from the factory anyway. What's going on with Raleigh? Seems strange, the stop-start production run. Spares have been cancelled. Any idea what's going on? And the reply was the special projects factory is booked in advance when there is spare capacity. It gets retooled, choppers are then made for a short period, and when the time is up, that's until next time they book the factory. It just seems like a sideline to me. And he goes on to say everything is made in Taiwan except for pedals, Germany, shifter and light bracket, Sheffield. So there is some British components there. One up for us. The spares are probably leftovers from production. The idea of normal spare supply doesn't work. The whole lot would go in a second. So it just proves the demand's there, I mean, why aren't they making a killing? Why aren't Raleigh making a killing on these bikes and taking advantage of the situation instead of just pissing everybody off? That's all you're doing, Raleigh. I mean, if you're listening to this, please put some comments below and tell us why you were operating this way, I'll go into it a little bit deeper in a minute, because there are reasons, I think, why you're operating like this. I think part of the problem with Raleigh UK is the fact they've been threatened with redundancies for quite a while now. This report I've got here on the Cycling Industry News actually says that ASL, which is the owner of Raleigh, the parent company, has revealed that Raleigh UK's parts and accessories business is to close in drastic action that will also see it cease its warehouse operations. The much-loved Raleigh brand has always been an integral part of the UK company identity and will continue as such, strengthening our position as a market leader alongside Haybike, Lapierre and Babbo bikes, which is also owned by ASL Bikes of the Netherlands. Now, part of the problem here is you can't expect fantastic service if half of the workers there are in fear of losing their jobs. I think that's a start or a clue to why the service from Raleigh has been so bad, basically. That's my opinion on it. Now, a lot of these customers will be new to buying a Raleigh bicycle. Some of them are saying they'll never go back. Already you're pissing off a large part of the UK and in fact the world bike buying public. What are you playing at? Can't you see that? What the damage you're doing? Raleigh is an ideal iconic brand. It's like crack cocaine when I was a kid to own one. But I seem to be marketing the bikes better than you are, down at Raleigh. They've just relied on the media and ITV to broadcast it on their behalf. I don't think they're doing a great job myself on promoting this bike, which in some cases many people have never actually seen one before, and probably, with the right kind of marketing aimed at a younger generation, they could sell a lot more than what actually they could do. I mean, many of their own customers, and just look at the comments on Raleigh's own site, saying, why don't you sell them through a shop network like Halfords? Even I couldn't believe it when it was said that they were going to sell them online only. I mean, you can't even see the bike before you actually get it home, and a lot of them were sent back for poor quality. The first batch certainly was. The second batch do seem to be a lot less problems with quality. on the second batch, but surely you'd be better off just making tens of thousands of them in one production run. I mean, from a production point of view, you're better off doing it that way than this stop-start production you've got going now, because you down tool, you change the tool into another bike or whatever you're up to, leave it for a while, and like a Saturday morning job, you get all the tooling back in and produce Raleigh choppers. This is not ideal from a production point of view. And I know I've been in engineering all my working life, and I know that, and surely you do down at Raleigh or ASAL, the parent company. You're affecting the quality by doing that alone. So I don't know what you're playing at, I mean, you've got a production line, keep it going. Just sell and give people what they want, make a profit, It's not as though you're selling a Porsche GTS Carrera or whatever it is, where they are limited numbers and they do it deliberately. This is just a £950, quite expensive actually, for a child's bike at the end of the day. You're selling nostalgia, you push that in your marketing. But what about a younger market as well who might be interested in something that's completely different on the market as it stands? I really do think that it was very, very poorly managed. And like I said earlier, if you're threatened with job losses or whatever, you're not going to perform at your best. You're not. Ideally, people want to see this bike before they buy it. But of course, that costs money. And Raleigh cost cutting will only sell these bikes online. Now, in the first instance, the time when the Raleigh Mk4 was first introduced, by the way, I think it's a great piece of engineering. It's a really good copy of a Mark II. I think the engineering side of it was really good. Although the materials used left a little bit of wanting, in my opinion, but that's something else. When it was first released, 1,000 of each, approximately at £950, it created a massive demand in the market. The first problem I had was quality, where the chroming in particular wasn't up to standard, and a lot of these bikes ended up getting sent back. The Fizzy Lemon, that's the colour of the bike, which was, a lot of people wanted that colour, that's a very popular one, and the Space Blue. This came out in a second wave. According to the internet, there's fewer complaints on that, so they seem to have got that right. But then on the launch day in July, there was an IT crash, and they had to delay people getting those bikes, and that really butthurt a lot of customers. Now, first impressions count, and a lot of these people who are buying these bikes online have probably never bought a bike from Raleigh before. They've probably never done it this way. And you've only got to look at the comments. Here they are. Here's some of the comments now. I mean, just look at it. I mean, it's a disgrace, really. I mean, the management down there should be ashamed of themselves. Is it ASAL, their parent company, telling what they can and cannot do? When production takes a little bit of a dip in other areas, then okay, we'll produce so many of these Raleigh Mk4s, the Raleigh Chopper Mk4. And that is not ideal for quality. I mean, the customers are all forced to buy online, which I think ASAL do because it's cheaper, to do it that way for them. It's more profits for them. Now, I don't think they really care about you, the customer, in my opinion, particularly the ones who are buying these bikes. It's a sad thing because Raleigh Bikes was founded in 1887, and it was in its day the biggest cycle maker in the world, and in the 1940s employed about 8,000 people in the city of Nottingham. To where it is now, it's a crying shame, but bikes in Nottingham haven't been made for over 2 decades now, according to this. So it's a sad state of affairs, but that's another story for another day, I guess. Whatever happened to all our iconic brands, you know, where did they all go? This was from 24th of July 2024, around just after the IT crash, where a lot of you could not get the bike or get the order in. Just after that, funny enough, Nottingham's Raleigh risks being closed down after iconic bike maker fails to file latest accounts. This historic cycle firm's popular chopper and burner models dominated the UK streets for decades, but it has now been given a first gazette by Companies House, giving it 3 months to get its affairs in order or faced being shut down. You know, and they show a picture of the Mark IV here. Iconic bike manufacturer Raleigh risks being closed down by the government agency over its failure to file its financial results. I mean, this doesn't sound good, does it? You know, no smoke without fire, as they say. Affairs in order or face being shut down. Well, at this point in time in October, that seems to have been sorted, because as far as I know, they're still in business. And I just had to find out for myself, really, and then pass the information on to you. So if you're thinking of buying a Mark IV Raleigh, I have to ask myself, would I buy one? Simple answer, no, I wouldn't buy one. I don't think they're particularly the best made bike in the world. For 950 quid, no, I don't think they are. But what worries me with one of those bikes is the spares. If you can't get spares now, what's it going to be like if you damage the front wheel or you damage a component on that Mark IV? You know, and I really believe you should be using these bikes. I don't like this fact of people just stashing them in boxes under the bed and all that. I'm not into that at all. I believe these bikes should be used, and eventually parts will wear out, and there's only a finite number of spares at the moment, and that's in the hands of dealers who've, like I said earlier, who've cashed in on that, and they're just waiting for this to happen, maybe. Speculators, if you like, but they've only got so many. I mean, just think about that. I hope this video has helped you in some way and helped to explain to the many hundreds, if not thousands, of frustrated customers around the world. We're not talking about the UK market, because from what I can glean, they're the only ones that can get access to these bikes at all, you know. Somebody in Australia has recently contacted me, somebody in America, somebody even South America, you know, they're contacting me. You know, just look at the comments, you know, either on YouTube or my Iconic Brands Facebook site, or many of the Raleigh Chopper forums as well on Facebook themselves. There's lots and lots of comments, and the internet's just rammed with this kind of thing. So yeah, let's see where it ends. They only made 1,000 approximately of each colour, which was originally the red and the, what the fucking